Brent Polheck here. Adam and I are looking at your website and what you need to do to, one, launch the website, but what's it going to do for you? How is it going to bring you new clients? And I want to just talk to you a little bit about that. So, one, we create a website. When you look at the things that you need to rank high on Google, and when I'm talking about ranking high, I'm talking about being in this map section here when somebody searches for something like logging Indiana, or being in this organic section here where you've got a couple of people. You've got Phil's, can't say his name's Timber Harvest there, and some other things. You got Keller Logging down there. So just going to talk about those things real quick. So there's three things you have to do. You build a website, you've got to have the right content on it, so it has keywords in it that people actually search for your services. So it might be, logging service, it might be tree clearing, it might be, land management, those types of keywords. It might be land management, Indiana. It might be forest harvesting in a city. So we look at what are all those keywords that people search for, and then we create content around that and put that on your website. We organize this in different ways. It might be under a certain subject, maybe a service area, a service page outlining that particular service, but we inject those keywords into the page. So content is the king. You've got to have the right content on there for people to find you. Second thing are backlinks. So these are other websites that are out there that refer to your website and pass power to you. We build these links on an ongoing basis so that it continues to power up your site and push you up in the search ranking so that you're outranking your competitors or even some of these .gov sites and things like that. Third thing is going to be citations. So this is your name, address, and phone number for your business located on as many online directories as we need to just dominate and surpass your competitors. So a lot of times what I see is citations. Your competitor might have 30 citations. We're going to go put 80 to 100 on there so that you're always ahead of them and they're always playing catch up. Now let's look at just what's out there. You've got to get some good images on your Facebook page, but there's some other things that we would optimize on your Facebook page as well, like putting in a business description, making sure your website and phone number, your address is all connected on there so that people can find you online. So when I type in logging Indiana and then I put in logger Indiana over here, similar things pop up. You've got a couple of tree services here that have got a Google business profile. Definitely want to create that, get that set up for you as well. We do all that type of work. We also post on that on an ongoing basis, so that helps strengthen your presence in Google's eyes. They're trying to rank you as the top person to recommend. So just kind of think about how do you get to be the top person? You've got to have enough content out there. You've got to have a big enough footprint. So Google says okay, these are the authority in this particular service. There's in.gov that's talking about Indiana Forestry Exchange. You've got Purdue's extension is ranking. And then you finally got one company down here that's ranking. You've got another just link on this in.gov about forestry. And then you got Keller Logging down here, Tri-County Logging. So you don't have a lot of strong competition. And especially in the area that you're in, if these companies are in other areas, then it's going to be easier to beat them out. So if someone's searching around where you're actually located, you're going to have a much higher chance of being boosted to the top in that search ranking than the guys further away. But of course, the first thing you got to do is have a website at all. Same thing over here. You've got True Blood, Coal Creek, and there's Keller again. Some of these guys just have a Facebook page. Coal Creek's just got a Facebook page. And then here's that Etienne's Logging. This guy has a website from 2005. It's so basic, and it's just been around a long time. It's not even secure, so that's really not going to be much of a problem to surpass. Looking at Keller's page, let me refresh that. It's got some weird stuff going on there. They have a little bit of content just talking about their services, talking about where they serve, but they haven't updated this since 2016. They're not really doing any kind of marketing with it. They've got some different pages that talk about just the process. These are all good things to put on your site, and then how to sell your timber. So, Adam's going to talk to you a little bit more about just kind of what all services you provide, and we'll tailor everything around that. But just to show you a little bit of like what we look for. So when we're talking about how strong is a particular website. This is Keller's indianalogging.com. It's a great URL, by the way. That's going to help them a little bit, but they're really not doing much. So when I talk about power, I talk about these other external websites that link to theirs. So they've got 181 other website links coming in, but it's only coming in through 17 different places. And that's why this 0.3 on the domain rating and 0.3 on the URL rating, the URL being the indianalogging.com, that's a very, very weak website on the strength side. If we look at the keywords for them, they've got Keller Logging that gets searched 70 times per month. They're in #1 position for that. Who buys logs near me? There's 250 searches. Now that's a nationwide search term, so that's not all in Indiana, but there is a bit of a percentage of that is in Indiana. It's keyword difficulty of 4, so that means in my eyes, like, it takes a little bit of time, a few months to start to rank for that, but having the right content on there and maybe even having this keyword on there might be something that we choose to do. Logging in Indiana, 60 searches a month. Lumber buyers near me, 150 searches a month. Who buys walnut trees near me, 350 searches a month. And this just shows the position of where they rank. This company ranks on the website. So what we do is we go through here and we figure out, like, what are the keywords that are best for people to find you and your services. You don't want to be getting found for something and not sure why that's showing up on there, but that we just tailor these keywords to the services in the service area that you're in. Looking at Tri-County Logging's website, I like how they have some video that's pretty just engaging. They've got some nice images shown here, some nice graphics. Again, content is king, and they just don't have enough content. So you're going to be able to surpass this website in strength and be ahead of these guys fairly easily. Looking at just I've got theirs popped in here. They have a 3.3 in the domain rating, 3.9. I like to see this up in the mid to high teens, and that's what we're going to try to do for you. And that way, they're playing catch up to you. 30 backlinks coming into 21 referring domains. That's actually a great ratio, but they just don't have enough, and the strength that they have is just not pushing this domain rating up and URL rating. Let's look at the keywords that they have. Looks like they've got some Michigan ones. There's Muskegon again. This is not even in your area, so a lot of the keywords they're being found for is really in a whole different state. But they are being pulled up because they're one of the only few websites in Indiana for logging, and they've got some timber harvesting near me terminology on their site, some tree harvesters near me. So those are things that we would put on your site as well. Let's talk about citations. So the third thing is the citations, and citations, I put this into a program and it shows me this, and it helps me see, like, okay, this was one I did for a roofing company, just for an example. All of these companies have the Better Business Bureau citation. They all have the Yelp citation. So I'm going to go down here and figure out, like, okay, this particular company doesn't have a Facebook page. They don't have a listing on this b2byellowpages.com. They don't have this merchantcircle.com listing. We're going to go get that particular backlink or citation for them so that, again, they're in line or ahead of their competitors, and their competition is always playing catch up. So just kind of recap. You've got to have content on your homepage, 1,500 words minimum. It's determined by how many keywords we're going to go after. You'll have some service pages as well. You'll have backlinks coming into your site. That's the second thing. You've got to have powerful backlinks, more powerful than your competition. And then the third thing is citations, getting more citations, better citations than your competitors have. So doing all these things together will push you up in the search ranking. We'll build out a great footprint for you, and you'll bring in a whole lot of other business that you just haven't been able to get because people are searching for you online and you're not even there. So again, my name is Paul Heck. If you have any questions, definitely get with Adam, or we can get together and go over anything. But excited for your business. Excited. I know you're working in the dozer, some dozer work as well. That's definitely something we can do that, and you got to look at the ranking for that as well too. So that would be another aspect of it. But yeah, let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.